Well, hello my little beauties and ahoy! Welcome to this live coding marathon here with me, David Connolly, the web developer extraordinaire. It's been a long journey, you know, this last, 4 or 5 days maybe. Yesterday I think it was just about a 10-hour live stream, and those who watched will have noticed that I never stopped for any significant breaks. I took the cat out once or twice, you know, but I never even ate or anything. It truly was a marathon, and you kept me going, and I am grateful. Thank you so much. And here we are back, and I'm really, really hoping that this is going to be the last day of the Matrix Auth system. And today is all about, well, basically just hacking away at say your T's, the thing that we've got, you know. So I want to just strip it down and get rid of all of the stuff that's not essential. And I've also got 1 or 2 experimental ideas that I want to try that I can say quite confidently I don't think anybody's ever done before in web development. This is the one module that I'm gonna have to pretend I never made, because I think people have a hard time believing, actually. We saw that the other day, and I don't think this is me being delusional. I mean, if anything, I'm being self-deprecating here. But we did see the other day, did we not? An example where somebody who meant well said, oh, it's the most insecure thing I've ever seen. Well, that turned out to be not the case at all. It's actually astonishingly secure. But what's the old saying? Perception is reality, or something like that. So I haven't entirely decided, but I may launch this thing anonymously. I don't know. I don't know yet. But I don't expect people to believe, you know. But all I'll tell you is that I think that web development is actually quite easy. I don't think you have to be a genius to be good at this or anything. I'm actually positively rubbish at things like maths and spelling and all of that. And here we are, possibly within 24 hours of having a new authorization system that I would say is industry leading in terms of both security and how easy this thing can be set up, that's for sure. So anyway, that's what's happening today. The black coffee is here. I'll have a little swig. Drink them if you got them, folks. And let us begin. Yesterday was a good day. And what I did is I basically made 2 sites, and I was working off of those 2 sites. I think it was site A and site B. Well, we're going to make another 2 sites, and that does not by any means mean that yesterday was a failure. It just means that we're stripping away. This is not about adding features. I'm only interested in removing features. So we're going to have E and F. So we're going to have a site E and a site F, okay? That's the plan here. Now, let's kick this one off with the Trongate desktop app. Okay, so we're going to create a new app, and once again, it's going to be site E and site F. We shouldn't really be thinking too much in terms of which one is the boss or which one feeds off the other, because they're going to have the same module, you know, they're both going to have the Matrix Auth module here. So anyway, we'll just generate that new app. Okay, so there's site E, which we're going to use today. Brand new app. And then we're going to have a site F. Good. Okay, so there's site F, and here is site E. Now let's open them up in the browser. And we're going to imagine that site F contains really private information of some sort, or valuable information. So here comes site F. We'll make a little module up here. I'll call it, let's just call it top secret. We're going to say controllers. We're not going to have a view file here. Just make sure you can see the screen okay. Okay, so class, top, secret. I have to type quite slow again here because of this hand injury thing. Alright, so top secret. Now let's just add in a thing called info. And I'm going to say here is some top secret info. Okay. What the heck just happened? All right, so here comes site F. We're going to go to top secret info, and there's our top secret info. So this is what we're trying to protect here, you know. And this other site is going to try and read the top secret info. This is, of course, site E. And let's just let's just go to this welcome thing here. We'll say data view module is welcome. Data view file is welcome. Then we'll load up the public template. My typing's awful here because my hands are still a bit done in. All right, now let's have a little look at this welcome thing here. And then we are going to refresh. Okay, so there's site E. So, what now? Well, we'll stick with this site B just now. And we're going to go like this. And let's do a little H3. We're going to say top secret info. And then we'll do a little div with a class of spinner. And then another class of spinner There we go. In fact, no, let's not do that. Let's center it. Okay, so the idea is that this page is going to load like this. Then it's going to do a little bit of JavaScript and connect to this URL here. We're going to read the top secret info, and then we're going to display the top secret info. So let's just have another div with a class. Of text center, and I'm going to say ID is top secret. So we get this type of thing, okay? So now we're going to do the JavaScript. So we're not doing any authorization or anything so far. In fact, it's going to be pretty basic. Okay, so back over to welcome. Here's what the JavaScript looks like. So we've got a target URL. Now the target URL for us will be this thing here. We're going to do a GET request, and we're going to send our GET request. Then, when everything goes well, we're going to say if HTTP status is 200, then we're going to say top, and we're talking about this thing here that says top secret. We're going to say inner HTML is HTTP response text. So if we now go back to this site and refresh, okay, and also let's get rid of the spinner. And there it is. Okay. Now take this thing here and I'll call it display top secret info, and this is going to accept our response text. We'll have this as a little function here. And there we are, okay? So that works, and that's not doing any authorization or anything. I'm just kind of setting the scene, you know? that was us. Here we do a slow 3G setup. You can see it spinning and then it fetches it. See that? Here we go again, spinning away, and then it fetches the info. I don't mind doing this slow network thing. So, this is what we're trying to do here, okay? But the other site, the visualization is that the other site is really, really paranoid about security. So they make a decision and they say, let's protect our endpoint. And the way they do that is they say this module, Matrix Auth, and then they say this Matrix Auth. We're going to load up underscore protect like that. So now we're going to make up our Matrix Auth module. I'll be using all the stuff from yesterday, so don't worry about it, but I just want a clean start here. So we're going to have a controllers folder, and we are going to have a views folder. The controllers folder is going to contain this file. We're going to say class Matrix Auth extend StrongGate, and then we're going to say function protect. I'm just going to echo a little HTTP response code 401 with a die statement. So back over here, this thing loads up. See the wee spinner going? And as you can see, it says 401 unauthorized. So let's just acknowledge that here. So I'll say if HTTP status is 401, then let's just say display error. So display error is going to be remarkably similar to this here. We remove the spinners, but what we're going to do is we're going to say top secret dot style dot color is red. So here we go. We're refreshing the page. It's doing the query. Now it says unauthorized there. Here we go again. So It's doing its thing. Okay, now why it's oh, that's right, we don't actually have an error on the other side, but we'll do one. Let's just say okay, here we go. So you'll see the spinner, it's doing its thing, and then it says not allowed. That's excellent. Okay. Now the reason why that was happening, just to be clear, is because the top secret site was calling upon Matrix Auth and it was saying protect. Now I'm going to go like this. Now it's going to work, and there you go. Okay, so the goal now is we're going to bring our Matrix Auth system to life by doing a little bit more than just saying protect, you know. So let's open up site C from yesterday. Okay, so what we really need is this view file. Here it is here. Now, let's copy that. We'll head back to site F. And where Matrix Auth says protect, we're going to just go like that. We're going to call upon this API thing here. So what does that all mean? Well, when we connect to our app this time, it's doing its thing. Now it's giving us a 422 error. Let's see if we can figure out why. Ah, okay. So okay, so I'm going to just say Matrix is that, comma true. Then I'm going to echo Matrix. Here we go. So same again. Oh, you miserable thing, you. Ah, okay. So that's fine. That was just a wee kind of a settings error, you know. So that's okay. We're going to go upstairs. Now we do not need this here. Okay. So it's looking for a view file. By the name of Matrix.php. So we're going into views, new file, matrix.php. There we go. We're going to head over to site C, and here on site C we're going to copy this little beauty and then paste in. So now we've got this. This is our fabulous matrix page. Good. Okay, so there's our page that we're getting, right? Now I'm going to close that and we're going to refresh this again and it's going to do its thing. And it says unprocessable entry. Okay, now let's go back to site E and let's just console.log Here we go. Right, so you can see the response coming in here. That is indeed our response. And of course, that's fine, you know. So that's what we've got. Okay. There you go, right? I think it's safe to say that that one did not work. But it did work actually, because that is the site being protected, you know. So that's part A of this thing done. Now I want to focus my attention on site E, which is this site here that we've been looking at. I'm going to give site E a little module called Matrix Auth. It will have controllers and views. Okay. So let's just say init. I'm going to echo. Here we go. Okay. Init, here we go. Now, if we refresh this, of course, nothing is going to change. The thing's being intercepted and we're getting all of this jumbled up stuff coming back. But now, we're going to focus on this thing here. And on this page, in fact, it really can be anywhere. Maybe even here. Or maybe at the top of the page. That'd be cool. So we're going to echo modules run Matrix Auth init. So now we're going to run this again. And you can see that it says, here we go. Of course, we're still being blocked. But that's what we got, you know. So, we are now going to go to Matrix Auth here. And we're going to say data, view module is Matrix Auth. Then we're going to say this. We're going to load up a view file. The name of the view file is going to be called init.js. So inside here, we're going to have a new file called init.js.php. We're going to do a little script, console.log, ready for action. Now let's refresh. And you can see that that says ready for action. The order of events is really important here. Ready for action must kick in before anything else as far as JavaScript goes. So if we go console.log, getting ready, we're gonna getting ready to send HTTP request. So we need to have ready for action happening before all of that stuff, which it is. Good. So what now? Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to find and remove all script tags from this view area, not from the whole page. So, how do we do that? Let me have a think here. Right, I need to find some kind of identifier that basically tells me that we are within this public thing here. So let me think here. Okay. Just give me a couple of seconds to think about this. Okay. We don't need to know what part of the body it's on. We're going to find and remove all script tags. Aye. So let's just say const script elements is document, get elements by tag name, script. I'm going to do a for loop. And for each of those script elements, I'm going to remove them. So what that's going to do is that. You miserable shithound. Damn. Damn. All right. So here's what we can do then. we can say body is get elements by tag name body 0. Then I'm just going to say body dot inner HTML equals blah. Let's try that. Let's try that. Good. Good. Okay. So we're going to say const orig. No. We'll call it body pre matrix intercept. Okay, so what we've just done there is we have intercepted all of the contents of the page body here. Now if we console.log that, body pre-matrix intercept outer HTML, what you'll find is that. So it's given us the entire page body here. And we have intercepted the page body, which is just fantastic. And that's exactly what I wanted to do. So now I'm going to copy this code here. And we're going to say intercept outbound requests. Now intercept outbound requests oh, why is it doing it? It's so annoying. Okay, so this is going to send this document thing to Matrix Auth / intercept outbound. Matrix Auth intercept outbound. And then we're just gonna console.log the HTTP status And we're going to console.log the HTTP response text. So here we go. Intercept outbound. So here's Matrix Auth. Function. Intercept. Outbound. Now I'm going to just say hello. And as we refresh here, keep an eye on the console. Well, of course, okay. So, intercept outbound requests. What does it do? Well, oh, fuck.
Hello, Moto.
Give me a wee minute, folks. Well, hello folks, apologies for that. It was just a wee phone call, but I can see we have a few people in the house. We have the great Christian here, it's ahoy to you. We have I Am Programmer who's back in full formation, the mighty Stefan Hummel, the always positive Perkin, and our new sheriff because his name's Chef and it sounds like sheriff, him as well. And of course, Cuckoo. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. So, any interesting comments happening? Well, Christian asked, did I figure out the export-import? I figured it out, but I decided not to use it, as ye shall see. We have DM. It's ahoy to you, DM. Ahoy to you. You'll notice, by the way, that I've started a new tradition, which is if you come on here with a nickname, then I will refer to you with that nickname, such as DM or whatever. I think I know most of the names of the people here. Some of you, like me, are happy to use your first name, and some of you use mysterious little usernames like Cuckoo. Well, my own philosophy, until now, my philosophy has been, well, I call people by their first name. I've now changed that philosophy. I now respect the username. If you come to me and you present yourself with your name, I'll call you by your name. But if you've got a username, I'll call you by that. And I think it's the reason why I decided to do that, by the way, is because if there's one thing I've learned, and I apologize if I'm babbling on here, but if there's one thing I've learned since building all of this stuff, it's that there's a legitimate case for remaining anonymous on the line or when you're online, especially when you're doing web development. I can give you 3 really concrete reasons why you might want to stay online. Let's have them, why you might want to be anonymous. Let's have them right now, okay? So 3 reasons why you might want to be, I can't type folks, my hand, as a developer. All right. So what would be the 3 reasons? The first reason is cred, credibility. Credibility. Is it credibility or cred? I'll get it, Perkin. It's credibility. Credibility. I think it is. I'm the worst speller, but I'm going to force myself to start spelling. I think that's right. Yes. Oh, credibility. Look at that. Credibility. Credibility. I think I got it. It's credibility, right? Okay. So credibility. So for example, here I am building a system that I think is better than OAuth 2. I think it's going to be more secure and easier to use. What an outrageous statement. Surely you couldn't do that. You're just a guy who says bullshit a lot. Well, fair enough. So I might want to be anonymous because if I'm anonymous, I can present myself as a company or someone else or whatever, and I can have credibility. Also, you can potentially avoid negative interactions with naysayers. So you can think of somebody like, say, for example, the PHP Ugly podcast, who made a hobby out of just ridiculing me. They might turn and say, oh, look what he's done now. What a deluded idiot. Ha, ha, ha. And I can avoid that kind of stuff. And another reason why is because it could potentially open up opportunities that might otherwise not be available. So for example, I built a site for a restaurant on February of this year. It wasn't a big job, it was a very small job. And I asked the guy, look, would you like an online ordering system? We can go full McDonald's. The guy said no, and he has a right to say no. But maybe I'd like to build a restaurant ordering system or something like that. And maybe I don't want past clients going, oh, is he doing an ordering system or something? Maybe I don't want that type of grief, you know? Maybe I'd like to just go into the marketplace and have it absolutely wide open and do whatever I want without worrying about Joe the plumber or whatever. So that's another reason why it could potentially open up opportunities that might otherwise not be available. Those are 3 reasons why you might want to be anonymous as a developer. And I'm sure that there are more. If you know any more, then let me know. But for these reasons, I'm now respecting the username. That's my new vibe. And I commend this vibe to the house. All right. Thank you, D3 Mon. I don't know if that's a clap or a wave, but hello to you. And in fact, hello to you and apology to you, because you were one of the ones that I'd be saying, hey, first name, you know. As well-intentioned as you get, but like I say, I've had a think about it, and I think it's you know, when somebody like me or you addresses somebody by their first name, they're only trying to be friendly, you know? The intention factor is not in question. But I'm the kind of dude that spends a lot of time thinking about stuff like this. So eventually I've reached the conclusion that that's what we're going to be doing. So you are now D3 Mon. At least so long as that's the name that we're all using, you know? Okay. So thanks again, once again, for being here. Would anybody get any questions, comments, or suggestions, or shall we move on? By the way, folks, it's a beautiful day. That's all I'm going to say to you. It's a beautiful day. All right. So, what are we doing? What are we doing? Well, we're being a wee bit confused. And one of the reasons why we're confused is because on our site E here, when we do this here's our welcome thing, right? Now, I'm going to comment out these 2 things. Save, and we're going to refresh. It won't make much of a difference, actually. Okay. All right, so we have a little typo, and here is the typo. So we're going to refresh again. And now, over on the console, you'll see that it says hello. So that's good, right? That's good. Now, as a reminder, what we're doing here is we're grabbing the inner yeah, that's right. Thanks to all of oh fuck. Give me a minute, folks.
Hello, Moto.
Give me a wee minute. All right, well, the live stream is going to be a little bit shorter than I thought today. Is this music a hint? Is it your birthday? It's not my birthday, but I'll tell you what it is, at least as much as I can get away with saying. Somebody close to my inner circle has been involved in, I suppose you could say, a legal dispute for a long time. This person, who shall remain safely anonymous, was quite literally a victim of a crime. And a pretty horrendous crime at that, you know. I wish I could give you more information, but I can't, at least not on the live stream. But what I can tell you is that this person in my inner circle who has been going through this massive, massive legal challenge has now, well, has now received a massive payment and a pretty good conclusion to this whole thing, you know. So the phone call that I had there was, come on out and I'll buy you a new computer. So in about an hour's time, I'll be leaving this live stream early. I have to take this person to the bank, because you've got to say to the bank, look, there's money coming in and going out and everything, and it's just to let you know that everything's all above board. So I'll be doing that, and then afterwards, I'll be in a position. I'm the luckiest guy in the world. Am I not the luckiest guy in the world? So, yeah, and in about an hour, I'll be heading out and perhaps buying a computer. That's the idea, but I don't think I really will buy one, at least not now. I mean, I'm an awkward person when it comes to computers, you know. I like to take my time and I like the weird stuff and all of that. But in any event, forget about me. It's a beautiful day because somebody has just received a little bit of, well, what's the word? Compensation, reward, something like that. And it's something that went on for a long, long, long time. Years, in fact. And I'm glad that that has happened, you know. So that's why I had a smile in my voice, you know. Okay. Now you know. So I suppose the question maybe I should be asking the room. Now I've you know what's funny? I used to have to do dollar conversions, but the pound is so low, I don't need to do it anymore. Pound and the dollar are more or less the same. So, let's have a little vote on that. What kind of computer would you get? I'm going to probably spend about $1,600 on this. And that is the question. All right. By the way, the one that I'm on, this computer here, in case you're wondering, is a very, very cheap Dell, and it always freezes. It cost, I think it was about 300 or 400 quid, but it's about four years old maybe. So there's nothing fancy here, you know. My iMac is a 2012 model, by the way. I've got an idea of what I would like. Let me show you. Let me show you. There's two. I mean, I've got to get a Mac, whether I like it or not, because I've got to compile for Apple computers. You know, I happen to have a desktop app, right? So there's really two computers that I would like to get here that I think are just about in range. The first would be look at how big everything is on this page. Isn't it insane? Isn't it insane? I have to shrink it down. It's so big, you know? Right. So let's have a look here. Let's go to buy. So we've got the 7 core, we've got the 8 core, 256, 8 gig. I think what's the difference between this and this? Ah, that's got 512 storage, right, got you. Okay, so I reckon that's the best. Now, how do you tell how much RAM your computer's got? Does anybody know how to do that? I'm on Windows here. Is there an about or something like that? Or an about? Is it called My Computer? Does anybody know? Forgive me. How do you find out how much RAM you've got? I want to see, because if this computer has only got 8 RAM, 8 megabyte, then I'm happy. 8 will be enough. I have no clue how to check how much RAM I've got. Is it something like system information? There you go. Right, so here we are. It's a little Dell Inspiron. So there it is. There's what I'm using. It's a Ryzen 5. Well, I certainly never knew that. That's pretty good. Does anybody, where is the RAM? See this here, installed physical memory? Is that the amount of gigabytes that I've got? So is this an 8 gigabyte computer? That's basically what I'm asking. I never knew that I had a Ryzen. It actually seems quite fancy, doesn't it? That's awesome. I thought all of this time it was a Celeron or something like that, you know? Anyway. Thank you. I have 8 gig. Thank you so much. I really wanted to be sure. So here's the thing. Well, I'd say get them in. See, the thing is, Chef, though, like, check it out. Check it out. Look, I appreciate you, Chef, and I appreciate you, DM, and I really need your advice here, right? Right. See this 1400 one? That is right at the limit of what I can afford. That right there. See this middle one? That is totally at the limit, right? Now, the bad news with this is that the space is crap. You only get 256 blah blahs, right? But how much space have I got on this? It's probably not that much either. I don't know how to tell. Does it even tell you? So look at that. that says 223 gigabyte. So this is basically a tiny, shitty hard drive. Hang on a second. Aye, that's right. So this is a 223 gigabyte, which is absolutely fine. I'm not having any problems with this. I don't wake up and say, oh, if only I had more hard drive space. So I can live with 225 or whatever it is. Much hard drive space do they give you here? I see this 256. I can live with that. That's perfectly okay. Now, here's the question, Chef and DM, and anybody else who knows about this stuff. Here's the thing. I can live with the SSD. It's a little bit of a downer, but I can live with it. I could get a little USB pen, put my videos on that, and I'd be as happy as a pig in shit, right? Now, the thing about the RAM is 8 gig is a wee bit low, but I'm on an 8 gig computer here, and it's working, and I'm live streaming and everything. You know, I'm looking at the screen here. I think it works, right? I can see the mouse moving. So 8 gig appears to be enough. For just web, thank you D3 Mon. Right, there you go. There you go. Right, okay. DM says 223 gigabytes means you have 256 gigabyte SSD. Okay, cool. I personally have 3 times 2 terabyte SSD inside my machine and still have not enough space. Well, I tell you what, that is a glorious and really impressive porn collection you've got. Okay. I don't think you can actually add RAM to the Apple Gear, but what can you do, you know? I was wondering though, this is quite important. Okay. Is 8 gigabyte on the Apple M1 the same as 8 gigabyte on Windows? Let's just do that. Oh, you can always add RAM. Can you even add RAM on a Mac? Let me just check that. Can you add RAM on a Mac? Can you? Because RAM's the one that's kicking my ass, you know? Right, I think I've figured it out. I'm going to get a friggin' golden iMac then, assuming that we are good. Now let's just do a Google search on this one. Can you upgrade the RAM on an iMac M1? Yeah, I know that you can on the old one. It can't be upgraded, bastard. You can configure it, but it's not upgradable. Right, so I'm going to be stuck with this 8 gigabyte and I'm going to hate it. But for an extra 200, can you update the SSD? Now there's a question. Can you upgrade the SSD? Not upgradable. There's always some nutter on YouTube with a screwdriver and a soldering iron that finds a way, you know. This is what I love about YouTube. It seems a wee bit unclear, doesn't it? Upgrading your iMac to an SSD is not easy. That's an old article. Can you upgrade the SSD on an iMac M1? The RAM and SSD are soldered in place. I mean, is that such a big deal? All right, it looks like it's a dodgy thing. Thanks for deleting that bullshit. See, when you see that, can we just kick them out? Aye, good on you. You technically can, but they won't sell it, and they have special SSDs where they have removed. Okay, cool. Let's have a whip round to raise the extra 200. I like the sound of that. Well, the good news is I can definitely get by with the 256 SSD. I can live with that. I can probably live with the 8 gig, but holy moly, wouldn't the 16 be good? Would you like to see how much is in my bank account? Wait, I'll show you. Wait and I'll show you. Actually, I'm not gonna. It'll be just depressing. What's the bloody point? What's the bloody point? Anyway, I think I'll just get it. I think I'll just get it. Like I say, I can probably live with the 8 gig one. But that would certainly be an incredible deal, wouldn't it? And imagine if it was the 2 terabyte one. What would that be? Look at that. That's a 2.5. That's a fucking awesome computer right there. Shit. That's awesome. Might as well get all of the pre-installed software as well. Yay! Nah, maybe not. Okay, so that is... this is how I see it, folks. The 1401 looks like a cracking computer, probably better than the one I've got. The top of the range one is this one. So if you pay an extra grand, okay, anyway, it's one idea, but there are other ideas. Another alternative that I could do, which is a totally different path here, is I could go to Mac here, and I could go to Mac Mini, and let's suppose you went completely the opposite direction. And suppose I said, okay, all I want is to have something that can give me the Apple software so that I can compile for the Electron app. But apart from that, I'm basically happy to stay on Windows, right? Which I would be. I've nothing against Windows. So supposing I made that decision. Okay, well I can, it would appear, get a Mac Mini. I could get that one for $699. So I basically save $1,000. And I tell you what, that's really tempting. On the other hand, I would have to get one of the new keyboards. And how much is that, you know? Let's see. Accessories. See, when it comes to keyboards, by the way, I'm going to give you a wee tip. You want to avoid keyboards with number pads on them. I know that they're more expensive and it sounds tempting, but you want to avoid that because we programmers don't really do numbers too much. And what happens is when you get a keyboard like that, your hand is constantly going back and forward. Say you're right-handed, and because of the mouse. And basically your hand has to travel an extra 200 meters per day, you know. Best to keep it all compact. And yes, I did do the calculation. That's the keyboard you want. So Mac keyboard, British, English. I don't really care about this Touch ID stuff. But that's actually a really good keyboard. It's a shame it's overpriced, but it's still a good keyboard. And that's 99 quid. I'd probably need that because my hands are a wee bit done in, you know. So let's say you get that. That's 100 quid. Then you get the Mac, forgive me folks. So suppose you get the keyboard and then you get the absolute bare minimum, right? That's 800 quid. So the question is, would you pay 800 for a Mac Mini? And keyboard, or 1600 for an iMac? I think I'm going to ask the room. Dafa is here. Hello to you. He says, I can compile the Mac version for you. Right, okay. Yes, Dafa, indeed, actually, that's why I proposed to assist in helping DC to assemble a new machine. Folks, the last time I tried to do work on a computer, I'm looking at the end of the room here. And by the way, ahoy to Dafa, and I hope I've not missed anybody. Ahoy to you all. But here's the thing. I'm looking at the other end of the room at a ThinkPad that I bought about 6 months ago. And it was a dream ThinkPad, one of the ones with the blue buttons and everything. It was immaculate, and it was a really old one, and it was valuable. And I had this great idea that I'm going to change the CMOS battery or whatever, and I figured I'll open it up and I snapped the screen straight off. I am like a bull in a china shop when it comes to computers and fixing them, and it's just not my thing. I can't do it. I've broken two. Geez, last week I broke 2 computers in 2 days. I stood on my Linux laptop, I think it was on the Tuesday, and then the next day I spilt coffee over my Apple. I'm terrible at stuff like that. So God bless you, DM, but you're never going to get me building a computer, man. I can't do it. Anyway. You don't need too much storage internally, in your case with multiple computers. Okay, cool. I actually don't have a clue about what you folks are talking about with Synology and stuff like that. Okay, I have both. What the heck is QNAP? Okay. Hello and ahoy to Maloof, who says the iMac has an unbeatable screen. But if you don't care about that, then go for the Mini. No, I do care about that. I do care about that. What is the best buy? Isn't it so nice that the pound has collapsed? We can talk money without doing conversions, because the pound and dollar are virtually the same. 800 for a Mac Mini. Or, I think it's 1400. Suppose we get the 8 gig RAM edition, and I think that'll be enough. I mean, geez, I'm on 8 gig here and we're all talking quite happily. So let's just run that past. I have no clue what a NAS system is. Oh, decisions. Does anybody remember this used to be a coding live stream? All right. Now, there was one other one that I quite fancied, which, if it's the Mac Mini with a 4K screen, I don't even know if I get all of this 4K shenanigans. I mean, is there even a difference, really? I think, like, I have no intention of doing 4K videos ever. I have absolutely no intention. There's no benefit to anybody in doing a 4K video as far as I'm concerned. So I reckon 8 gigs will be enough for me. I reckon that'll be enough for me. Let's have a look. Okay, if it's the iMac with a 4K screen essentially. So Dafa says, if that's the case, $650 for a screen is not worth the iMac. Well, that's a good wee bit of logic, right? So if we think about it, that's $650 more. For that $650 more, you basically get a nice screen. See the mouse, by the way, I don't even want it. The mouse is bullshit. I think that the wireless mouse was one of the most stupid inventions ever. I mean, you can imagine a world, can you not, where we all use mouses. What's the plural? Anyway, those. And we all use them with batteries for years and years and years. And then one day somebody like Steve Jobs appears and says, we've got an incredible new invention. We know that you all use these battery-powered mouse devices. Today, we're pleased to launch a mouse that does not require a battery. Our engineers have figured out a way to draw power directly from the computer, which means no more batteries. It's good for the environment, no more interruptions, no more inconvenience. How it works is something of a technological miracle. We call this incredible groundbreaking device the wired mouse. Yeah, I can imagine it, you know. All right. Well, it would appear that you folks would say 800 for a Mac Mini. That is certainly logical. Dafa says I have 64 gigabyte. Holy moly. Right, how much would a Mac Mini then with... Here we go. So say you do that. So basically, for the 16, nah, I wouldn't want it. I wouldn't want it. Honestly, 200's a lot for a guy like me. I would just go with the 8 gig one. So, yeah, fuck it. I'm either going to get a cheap iMac or I'm going to get a cheap one of these. The cheapest one. Well, maybe not the total cheapest one, but I'd get the 8 gig, 250, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to get one of those two. One of those two. And that's it. And it has to be the gold one. All right. 8 gig is enough for a toddler. Treat yourself as you should be treating. Okay, cool. I like the word treating. I like inventing words, you know. I invented a word the other day. And we were talking about the... we were talking about the Nobel Peace Prize. And I says... I was speaking with my lady Wonder Wench. I said, you'll not believe what they gave Barack Obama the Nobel Peace Prize for. He got the Nobel Peace Prize. And guess what he did? Guess why he got the prize? They gave him the prize because he beed black. She says, what do you mean? Well, he beed black, B-E apostrophe D, like a pirate, you know. I'm speaking like a pirate here. Well, that be shiver me timbers. There be the most treacherous voyage and all of that. And she says, that's not even a word. And I says, yeah, it is. It's Shakespearean. She says, no, it's not. Well, maybe it's pirate Shakespearean. Maybe it's Shakespearean pirates who spoke like that. Should be a word. Because, you know, if not, then what? She said, well, you don't say he got the prize because, she said, you'd say he was black. I says, no, but that implies that he's no longer black. So he got the prize because he is black. That gives you a present event, present, alluding to an event that happened in the past. We don't have a word, ladies and gentlemen, that is suitable. So he got it because he be, that's B-E apostrophe D, he beed black, you know. That's right, I'm a wordsmith. Anyway, I'm not going political or anything, of course. You do realise that. All right, what we got here? Maloof. I recently got a 2020 Intel iMac. Ah, cool. Okay. The x86 architecture is not dead. Yep. That would be a cracking banner to go out protesting with, wouldn't it? Like, nobody would have a clue what you were meaning apart from, like, maybe 2 people who are in this live stream. Anyway, Apple lives in their world. Apple is bullshit, man, innit? Okay. Let's move on and do a wee bit of coding. I probably won't be around for too much longer today, you know. So, we are building our incredible Matrix Auth system. Here it is here. So, as we refresh the site, here it goes. You can see that it says blah. We say ready for action. And we're basically... we are intercepting the vibe. Let's just do this again. So we're on site E. Site E, coming at you with a site E. And we're doing this intercept thing. Now, if we look at the source here, it says ready for action, and then it does this. Now, okay, so what's happening here then is I'll just give you the summary of the whole thing, right? We've got a page that requests an endpoint, and we've just added a thing called Matrix Auth init at the top of this page here. Matrix Auth init loads up a view file called init_js. Init_js is going to just say console.log ready for action. And that's all we're going to do right now, okay? So let's just save. Now, I'll change this stupid network throttling thing. Let's just take it off for the moment. So we get this. And it says ready for action. And we have intercepted the vibe. That's what we've just done. Now, you can see where it says ready for action. And so what we're doing here is we're going to just do this. So copy, save it. No great change. But let's say const body is that. Now I'm going to say body inner HTML is, and I'm going to make it empty. So there you go. We have just made okay, let me view the page source. I don't know why it's still giving me a footer. Look at that. Okay. Right, so at that point, we have truly intercepted that whole page body. Do you see that? We've basically prevented it from displaying. Now, what we're going to do with that is we're going to post it to a little thing by the name of intercept outbound. And we're going to save and refresh. And if we look at the console, you'll see that it says hello, right? But this is going to be a very special page because what it's going to do is we're going to do a post request. And we're going to say const params equals page body outer HTML equals, now let's just say original outer HTML. So we're going to say const orig outer HTML is body outer HTML. We're now going to post this, so we'll say JSON.stringify params. We're saving it. And now we're going to refresh. Invalid shorthand initializer. Of course, we need to do a colon here. So here we go again. Beautiful, right? Now we have indeed intercepted the page here. So what we're going to do with this is we're going to get our posted stuff. So we're going to say posted data is file get contents PHP input. We're going to say data is JSON decode posted data, and then we're going to say original outer HTML is data loading up, and if we just is that, and I'm going to just echo the string length of original outer HTML. And there you go, it's given us the string length. So we now have complete control of this. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a little HTTP response code of 200. And then I'm going to say new outer HTML equals, now let's just say original outer HTML, and we're going to echo new outer HTML. And then back over here, we're going to say body dot outer HTML is HTTP response text. The element has no parent node. Okay. Maybe we should just do inner HTML. Who cares if we're holding back the page, you know? Original. Let's just say original HTML. Alright, original inner HTML is not defined, orig. Okay. Now let's quickly jump back to this thing here. That should actually say inner HTML. And we're going to have a look here. And you can see there's our main section. Well, maybe not. Okay, let's try something else. Let's okay, here's an idea. here's an idea. Suppose we just say const body children is body dot children. Now, as we refresh, everything looks kind of normal. I'm going to console.log body children dot length, like this, and you can see that it actually says 1. So let's console.log body children that outer HTML, and it gives us this wrapper thing here. Okay, so right, here's what we're going to do. Let me think. I need something to identify where the main page content lives. I need something to identify the view file, you know? And I know exactly how to do that. Gee, I'm a genius. Right, here's how we do it. So see on this init.js thing here, we're going to go like into here, and we're going to do a little div with an ID of init matrix JS, like that. Perfect. So then, this is the fucking best code I've ever written. This is going to be great. Here's what we do. We're going to fetch the init matrix JS element that has just been added to the page. Now, of course, we can say style is display none if you want. That's absolutely fine. But we're going to say const init matrix element is document get element by ID init matrix JS. There it is right there. Now I'm going to console.log init matrix element outer HTML. I've got the moves here. I've got this figured out. So there it is right here. So now what I'm going to do is figure out where this element is. Figure out what the parent element is. So we're going to say const view container is, and it's init matrix L dot parent node. Now I'm going to console.log. Oh, I've got it. I've got it. This is the fucking best code I've ever written in my life. I can feel it. So that's given us all of that code there, which we now have full control of. So what we're going to do now is we are gonna I'm going to attempt to extract script tags. I don't think this will work. In fact, I think I did it earlier on, but I'm doing it again, you know. So let's console.log script else.length. I think it's worked. We have scriptels.length. We have one. It did work. It did work. So we're now going to say, fucking hell, for each scriptels as script L. So what are we going to do? I'm going to just say, well, actually, let's do a normal JavaScript for loop. For each of the scriptels, let's just console.log scriptels.innerHTML. Let's do that. And there you go. So we're console.logging the inner HTML within each and every script tag. Beautiful. So now we're going to say attempt modify script L, and we're going to pass in the little script element thing like that. We're going to now run a thing called attempt modify script element. That is going to take in a script element. Now, I'm going to just say script element dot inner HTML equals, and let's just try an experiment. Let's just say alert hello. If this works, this will truly be a breakthrough of astonishing proportions. Here we go. It did not work, but stay cool. Ah, now look at that. We've got this script here, and it does indeed say alert hello. But the problem is that we've just made that inner HTML, of course. What we should have done is we should have said var new inner HTML equals document dot create text node. Then we add in our alert hello like this. Okay, so that's, whoops. This part here is going to be treated as a text node like that. Then we are going to say script element dot append child new inner HTML. Watch it saying alert hello. Ah. Oh, why? Ah, hold on. Let's do one of those wild things. Yeah, let's do one of those. And we'll remove the contents of the script element. So, what I'm doing here, folks, is I'm doing a little bit of experimenting. And I'm seeing if it's possible for me to intercept outbound HTTP requests and manipulate them, you know? That's what we're trying to do here. So I'm going to just do that, and then we'll comment this out. We'll refresh. Now, let's have a close look at our script. Now, do you see that? We have emptied the script element. That is beautiful. So now, okay. So here's what we do then. Let's do the unthinkable. Let's say scriptl dot remove. So we have now removed this script element. And it's gone. With it removed, we're going to say const new script l is document create element script, then new script element inner HTML equals let's do the alert hello thing again. That. And then we're going to just say let's add in the view container. And we're going to just say view container append child of new script element. There you go. So that's really, really great. And what we did is we took the script out there and we added it back onto the page, but we modified the script. See that? We modified the script, but it still works. Now that is the fucking best code I've written in the last year, because this opens up the doorway to some incredible and very, very mind-blowing stuff. And I'll show you what I mean. So, we're going to say const original script inner HTML equals script element dot inner HTML. Then we remove it. But then, instead of just doing this bullshit here, what we're going to do is we're going to do this. So we fetch the inner contents of the script element, remove the script element, post the inner contents of the script element to a Matrix Auth endpoint. So we're going to say that And we're going to say intercept script element. Intercept script element. That's the name of it, right? Now let's just console.log http response text. We're now going to go to an endpoint here. Can you folks see why this is the best code I've done in the last year, by the way? I'm not making that up. Can you see what's significant? I'm curious. Or do you think I'm just feeling happy? I think this is the best code I've done in the last year. So we're saying hello, and you can see that it says rock and roll, right? So why does this matter? Well, right here, we are, in fact, let's just do a little JSON on the data with a comma true. And it gives us this, right? So we can say original script HTML. Let's just do it. Original script contents is posted data calling upon original script. I should call it contents. Original script contents. We're going to go back to this little beauty here. This is now going to be called original script contents. Now, I'm going to take this stuff out, but we're going to refresh. Attempt read property original script contents matrix auth line 16. Okay, that's a helpful thing. So the original let's echo original script contents. Attempting to read properties on a string, line 15. Why, oh why is it doing this? Let's do a little JSON on the data with a comma true. Hands starting to feel good again, so I'm speeding up. So orig script content, come on man, we've got this, we've got this. All right. Now, let's just say orig script contents. We're going to echo orig script contents. There you go. So we truly do have our original script contents right here. So what I'm going to do is I am going to just echo the original script contents. Then I'm going to go back to init.js. And if we look at our thing here, what we've done is we've taken the script element, we've removed it, we've got this original script contents, and now I'm going to say that if HTTP response text, sugar, if HTTP.status is 200, so if everything is okay, then we're going to say add a new script element onto the page. And this is the clever part. The inner HTML is going to be http.response text. I'll take these semicolons out because that's how you do modern JavaScript. and I don't think I want people to know that I'm the author of this, because everybody thinks I'm a fucking idiot, man, you know? There you go. So what have we just done? We've created a new script element. So the next thing that we're going to do, create new script element with potentially modified contents. There it is right there. Then we're going to add the new script element back onto the page. Now, how do we do that? We take our view container and we say append child of new script element. So we've just done a big round trip there that basically well, where's that error coming from? Okay, let's be cool. We'll go to the top secret page and we'll just bring that page to life. So if somebody tries to go to our top secret page, they'll just see the top secret info, right? Now this is saying ready for action. Identifier has already been declared. Where is it talking about? Where? Oh, where? Okay. So site E. Let's have a look at our welcome thing again. Suppose we made that a var. Refresh. Right. Now, what can we say next? Let's just go like this. Okay, so you can see that the page is displaying the top secret info. There it is. Now, one of the challenges that we've got here is this this const thing. So the identifier HTTP blah 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 has already been declared, is what it says. So right, so here's what we'll do. Do you see how it says that The identifier HTTP has already been declared. Suppose we go here and we're going to just say new script contents is this build new script contents. We're going to pass in our original script contents. We're going to have a little function here, build new script contents. So build new script contents. It takes in our original script contents. I'm going to say ditch equals that, replace equals an empty string. I'm going to say new script contents is string replace, ditch, replace, and we're going to do that with the original script contents, and then we're going to return the new script contents. So back over here. Damn. Okay, plan B. Damn. Right. HTTP has already been declared. Well, of course, we're passing in the new script contents, which gives us that. Now let's do this. Okay, that's good. Now, so we have successfully intercepted this thing. And if we have a look at the code here, you'll see that we took out the new HTTP request. So we're going to do something a wee bit more graceful though. Okay, so we're going to say that if we see that, then HTTP so we're going to go like that. Now that, what does it do? So that says const HTTP request equals new blah 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 blah. Can you see how I'm changing it? So then I'm going to say ditch equals http dot replace equals, and it's going to be http matrix request dot, and we're going to do this again, and we're going to do that again. We're going to chuck in our new script contents. Here we go. So now, what have we just done there? Well, as you can see, HTTP matrix request. That's right. So we're saying HTTP matrix request. So we're giving it this unique thing. And the funny thing is, the page works. It actually works. So here is the part where my genius is finally unleashed to the world. Finally, I get a chance to unleash my genius. Are you ready for me to unleash my genius? I think you're not ready, you know. Oh, hang on. Maybe I won't unleash the genius just yet. Maybe not just yet. New XML HTTP request is not defined. Right, who gives a shit? Let's ignore that error. Let's ignore that error. So, HTTP has already been declared. So, all right. New XML HTTP request is not defined. New. All right, so maybe what I need to do is take the original thing. Maybe we should take this and yeah, let's do that. And let's replace it with right, cool. So whatever we did there, it seems to have worked. All right. Now, as much as it's a pain in the ass, we have to potentially make allowances for people doing things like that. For example, okay, it's still working. So then I think we can take this out. Missing initializer. Damn. Right, let's take this one out just now. Okay. So we take that out. Then right, so that is now doing the query thing. So you can see we've basically just renamed the object, and I hear you say, big deal. Big deal. Well, here's what we do. Okay, so we're going to look for this string right here. So let's just say target URL is this. We're going to extract the target URL from the new script contents. So let's do that. So let's just say start equals, and we're looking for target URL equals. That's what we're looking for. And the end equals a little curly bracket or a normal bracket. So we're going to now take a little trip to yesterday's one, and we're looking for a thing that is called extract contents. So extract contents. Here it is here. It's on validation helper. This should 100% be a part of the framework because I use it all the time, you know. So let's bring it across here. Extract content. So we're going to say string. New string is this. Extract content. So we put in the string, we put in the start, and we put in the end. Then we return the new string. Now that is going to give us a target URL. So we're going to say new URL is, let's just say it's somewhere else. And we're going to say new script contents is string replace target URL with new URL. And we're going to do that to the new script contents. So check this out. All right, well, it was going kind of well, you know, going kind of well. Let's have a look, see what we got here. Ah, now look at that. It says target URL is, and you can see that okay, that's cool. That is pretty darn cool. We're not too far off this. So if we look at our the string here, we're looking at target URL is blah, 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 blah. Now, the new string that we've managed to extract from this okay, so let's just say target URL is that. Now, we will say that the target URL is string replace. We'll get rid of that little bracket thing on the target URL. Then I'm going to say that the target URL equals, I'll do one of those, chuck in the target URL, do one of those, and then return it. Here we go. Okay, so if we inspect this and view the source, well, you can see right there, maybe not. Hold on, I'm getting all mixed up here. Where the hell is that coming from? So what I'm trying to do, just so you know, set an HTTP request, and yeah, I'm trying to intercept these HTTP requests. And the goal is that I want to find out if the functions contain an HTTP.send. And if they do, then I want to change any URLs that get mentioned here. So that's basically what I'm trying to do here, right? The general idea is good, but the execution is duff. Now, if I can intercept these, it means that I can send them to the Matrix decoder thing and do a whole bunch of super cool stuff, you know? I think I can do it. Alex, ahoy to you, ahoy to you. Thanks for voting in the poll, folks. And it's a new name, ahoy to Ricky Yu. I wonder if it's a good day or a bad day, shall we see? 625 was the last number, and it's still 625. It's a bad day. Well, what can you do? All right. Okay. Give me half a minute to think about this. Actually, I think I have to go out. Maybe. Yeah, I think I have to go out. I says I would head out. But anyway, this is what we're going to do. The plan is quite glorious. We're going to... It's the best code I've written in the last year. So just to clarify what's going to happen here. We're taking our original script contents. There they are there. And we're going to build some new script contents. Now at the moment, I'll just do that, right? Let's just keep it really simple. So we're going to build these new script contents. Then we're going to return the thing. So if we go like this, you can see that that's working, right? Damn. Right, I just want to get rid of that error, and that will be the end of this live stream for now, because I do have to go out. So we're getting ready to send an HTTP request. We're going to send an HTTP request. here. So there's our target URL. Ah, I see what's going on. Right, I've got you. So what's happening is it's getting mixed up because it's basically in a loop here. It's extracting the script tags. It's extracting the script tags, but that actually includes this stuff here, so it's getting all mixed up. So we can do a little comment here, and we can say then we can do that. So the idea here is that okay, so let's go here. Now, so we've got this attempt modify script element thing. That is indeed going to post to this intercept script element thing here. And we're going to say intercept script element. So we do that. I've got you. Right, we're in PHP, so we're going to say target string is that. Now, if the string position of that, if is numeric, the string position of this target string within the original script contents, then the new script contents is empty. Otherwise, all right. If is set data orig script contents, then we do that. Attempt to load that on null in line 18. All right, well, I'm getting all mixed up, but I think I know what I'm doing here. I do think that I know what I'm doing with this, and I'm going to end this and take a wee break. Thanks for passing by. I will see you soon, and I appreciate all of the advice and everything earlier on. Take it easy, stay cool, and